What is therapeutic training? When somebody is looking for something therapeutic, they're essentially looking for something that is going to help them feel better in some way, that's going to have a positive impact on their sense of well-being. And so when we think about what are therapeutic things out there, you can do everything from taking a therapeutic bath to going for a therapeutic walk, to engaging in therapy, booking an appointment with a healthcare professional, seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a psychotherapist, even sitting down for coffee with a great friend who's an amazing sounding board, somebody who helps you to hear your own thoughts by bouncing them back to you. And so therapeutic training, then, how is it possible for training to be therapeutic? One of the most powerful patterns that I have seen over time working with clients for over 25 years is that when people are afraid, one of the biggest things that makes that fear disappear is knowledge, skills, knowing what to do, understanding your experience and knowing what to do about it. And so I think one of the best ways to be able to explain something like therapeutic first aid training or therapeutic mental health training is to use the example of lightning and thunder. Imagine for a moment that you have no idea what thunder or lightning are. Never experienced them before. You're minding your own business when you just realize something seems to have shifted about your environment. You just have this feeling like something is all of a sudden, flash of light, and it's terrifying. It's not that far away. You realize there's something that's scorched. Part of a tree has broken off. There's fire. What is happening? And in those moments of panic, what just happened? And that looked really scary. There's a rolling boom of thunder, something that you feel in your chest. Your heart kind of skips a beat when it happens. And then you're left in the silence afterwards. If you had no idea what it was that you just experienced, you could be absolutely terrified. Not just in that moment, but because you don't understand your experience, you don't know if it's going to happen again, when it's going to happen again, how bad could it be? Could I get hurt? Is this something that could have harmed me? Look what it did to the tree. And it can leave so many questions that you're unable to really take your experience and put it into context and then have a sense of, I know what to do. I know how to prepare. Maybe I even know how to prevent this thing from happening in the first place. We have no sense of control. And so it can make every single day sort of this unsteady experience. And so now let's take a look at, what if you received thunder and lightning training? What if somebody taught you and provided you with the knowledge and skills related to being around thunder and lightning? Well, now somebody says they hear your experience and go, oh, you know what that was? That was a lightning strike. You saw lightning and then heard thunder. Something really important has just happened there. First of all, you've been empowered with vocabulary. And I really, really, really want you to grab a hold of that idea. You've been given words to explain what you experienced. Words matter. Words are power. Grab a hold of that idea. Words are power. So you've been provided with information that expands your vocabulary. You can now explain, okay, that was lightning, that was thunder. And now somebody can go on and explain a little bit further. Well, what was that? Lightning. Okay, well, it was a concentration of energy. There was so much energy, so much electricity that essentially it tried to ground itself. A path of energy traveled from one point to another. With so much energy, it created light, it created sound. So it's a very condensed concentration of energy, and specifically electricity. Oh, that's what that was. And lightning, light. Okay, yeah, I saw the light. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to piece a few things together here. Okay, but what was that boom? Oh, well, when it moves so fast, it actually breaks the sound barrier. So you were present for a sonic boom, which is actually kind of cool. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, so, the thunder, it really hurt. So, the thunder is the dangerous part. Oh, no. Okay, so now let's talk about what is the part that's actually harmful? What's the part that's not harmful? Any number of times people experience something and they're just really not sure because they just didn't know. Nobody told them. This conversation's never been had before. It's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. You just didn't know. So now we have somebody explaining. It's actually the lightning part that's dangerous. So that electrical charge, when it's trying to ground itself, if it goes through you, that can kill you. That can stop your heart. So when thunder roars, go indoors. Oh, okay. So the thunder isn't the thing that hurts me. The thunder is actually a clue. When I hear it somewhere else, it tells me that there's lightning happening. And since the lightning is the dangerous part, it means I need to go indoors. Oh, okay. So I've got some prevention information. I've got some preparation information, but what if I can't go indoors? What a great question. Did you see what the lightning did to the tree? Well, you don't want to be standing underneath a tree or another tall object when lightning starts firing up, because when it's trying to make a connection, when the electricity is trying to ground itself, it's going to look for the highest point it connects to. It tries to follow the easiest path possible. So standing under the tree might seem intuitive. This will help me, but it's actually more likely to hurt. So do your best to stay away from tall objects, and also try to not be the tallest object. If you're out in a field, get down as low as you possibly can. Don't just stand in the open. Oh, well, what if I do get struck by lightning? You are going to need an ambulance, most likely. So if you get struck, ideally somebody else is around you. And if you wake up from it, if you do survive it, get medical attention. Lots of people survive lightning strikes. They are very deadly, but lots of people do survive them. So get medical attention, get checked out. And if you are present for somebody else who gets struck by lightning, then what you're going to do is you're going to keep yourself safe. Don't add yourself to the pile. Don't run in there and then end up getting struck by lightning yourself. When you can access the person safely, then you can help to bring them to a safe location, and you can always call for help. So call 911, let them know what's happened. Okay, if the person needs CPR, start CPR right away. And then we have this little condensed class, or this little condensed training on thunder and lightning. But with that information, think about the difference that makes to somebody's sense of well-being. I now understand what it is. I have vocabulary to explain my experience to other people. I can help to prevent emergencies. I can be prepared for emergencies. I know how to navigate the emergency. I even know how to recover afterwards. And that path of prevention and preparation, navigation while it's happening, and recovery afterwards, when people have that information for anything and everything under the sun, it's a complete and total game changer. Because think about that for depression. So how do I prevent and prepare? How do I navigate? How do I recover from schizophrenia? Well, how do I prevent and prepare? How do I navigate? How do I recover from? Put in anything in life. It takes so much fear out of the experience when we understand that path and how much power we actually have. So one of the things that makes me so excited about being a trainer, about doing professional development myself, especially in the realm of mental health, is just watching people go from confused, scared, unsure, worried, stressed, to empowered. You see people just holding themselves differently, because they have the knowledge and they have the skills. So having said all of that, therapeutic training, I can really encourage you, things that you're afraid of, go find a class about that thing, understand it better, get the vocabulary, learn that path of prevention, preparation, navigation, recovery, or an adaptation of that path depending on the subject that you're needing to explore, so that it can be less scary for you. And if you are feeling afraid of what you're experiencing, so if you're navigating a mental health challenge right now, and you know, I don't have the answers for that, I don't have the vocabulary, I'm really scared that I'm going crazy right now, I'm scared that I'm the only one who's going through this, that there's something wrong with me, I need help, I don't know where to start, this is the place to start. So welcome to Open Door Development. We have taken our class that we teach at company sites. We go and we teach large groups. We've adapted our mental health training to be available to individuals online. And so it means that you can join a session where you have access to the instructor. You don't have to be on screen. You show up as you are. It might mean that you're in your pajamas and you're in bed because you could not get up today. It could mean that you're carving out a little section of time that is me time during your day. And so you're at your desk, you've switched modes. This is your break. You're taking care of you by learning about mental health. This is a place where you have access to the instructor, but then you can also access our video archive. If you weren't able to make it to class, you just weren't in the right headspace, it's all good. Each session is recorded and you're able to go and learn on your own timeline. And so with that, I just want you to know, knowledge is power. Growth is a sign of life. Our online mental health therapeutic learning series is available to you, and you can go to the link above and you can register online, and we're really looking forward to seeing you there. So wishing you well, all the best.